So, how did your trial by fire go last night?
Well, I still have both my shoes. I woke up in bed alone and it wasn't even full of puke. So I suppose it was, success?
I'm jealous. At my age, a hangover is almost as bad as getting shot in the arse.
You always drink like that?
Almost always. The mornings are hard, but at least you clear your head. And often your stomach.
Now that your band is back, can we finally start something?
Aren't you a feisty one? But if you want to hear the plan, speak to Zizka. He'll tell you more.
Why do they call you the Dry Devil, anyway?
Why do they call you fuckhead?
But they don't call... Oh.
All right, I was only joking. I don't even know how I got the nickname. Suppose it could have something to do with all the killing, and my natural beauty. It's certainly catchier than His Grace Sir Hinnek the First of Kunstad and Yashpitz. That name wouldn't scare a fucking coward. But say Dry Devil, and everybody just shits themselves.
How do you know Kubienka?
He saved my arse back at Neuhaus. We only made it out thanks to him. I thought we were fucked. But then, Kubienka appeared, dragging a ladder, asking how much we would pay for it.
What did he get for it?
The first thing he got was a good fucking beating, because we thought he'd been dead for 2 days. But after we escaped, we made sure he didn't have to pay for drinks for a long time.
How long have you known Zizka?
It's been a while. He served with me during the Moravian-Margrave Wars.
So you were his commander, sir?
That's water under the bridge now. I'm just an old wanted robber baron whose neck you and Zizka just saved. I don't give a shit about the sirs anymore, you see?
Ah, all right then. What can you tell me about Zizka?
Well, based on what you two have been through, I'd say you should know him pretty well by now. When everything is fucked, the people around you are dying and you're fighting for your very life. Only then can you really learn what a person is like.
How's the arse, Dry Devil?
Still hurts like hell, but I couldn't bear lying around in bed any longer. Now I've got to stretch my muscles a bit. Fancy helping me? We could spar for a bit. Kubienka is lazy as a toad. How about it? I could even teach you something.
And what would that be?
A technique for a truly experienced swordsman. The master strike.
I haven't learned that one yet.
I'll teach you. We can get started right away if you'd like.
Why did they want to hang you?
I reckon my face bothered them. More likely they're pissed off I'm not a hypocritical fucker like they are.
And that's a reason for execution?
Unlike the hypocrites in the League of Lords, I'm not ashamed of what I am.
I know they call you Dry Devil.
Aye. They call me a lot of things, laddie. And that's what rankles the Lords, that I'm getting rich at their expense. And that's some fucking fat loot they stole from the king.
So you're on the king's side?
I'm on the side of whoever pays me, lad. And I'll tell you one thing. I've never gone back on my word. My noble word is my oath. Unlike that of bastards like von Bergau or von Rosenborg.
Have you been at war?
Aye, I fought in Moravia, and I'm still the hetman of the royal city of Znaim. You're just a yokel, so you hardly know what's been going on in the kingdom these last few years.
You're an experienced warrior, so teach me something.
Not a damn thing, lad. Not unless you pay me well. But first, bring me some good wine.
All right, here you go.
Ready. What is it you want, then?
I need to get better at defending myself with a polearm.
That weapon's not worth shite. Well, except in a few cases when it's saved my skin. All right, then. I'll show you a few devilish tricks.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Certainly. I'm just about bored to death, so at least this'll make the time pass faster.
Show me how to do a master strike, Devil.
Follow me over here between the collapsed walls. The floor is straight there. A good place to spar.
Should we get started?
Right, show me what you've got. I see you've got some armor, so let's get started. Here, take this practice sword so we don't end up hurting each other. So the Master Strike is the ultimate sword-fighting technique. It's simple in theory, but not as easy in practice. It's a sword technique, regardless of if it's long, short, or you're using it with a shield. You use your counter-attack to block your opponent's attack while striking them at the same time. There's no way to defend against them. I'll show you first so that you know how it should go. Attack me when you're ready. No, that's what... Now you, Henry. Do you know how to perform a perfect blow?
Of course.
The Master Strike works in the same way. Only instead of blocking, you attack at the right moment. You have to lead your attack against your opponent's weapon. When they attack from above, you stab them from below. When they try to slash you from the left, attack from the right. And vice versa. Timing and direction are everything. Hit your opponent at the right time, and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above. You position yourself with your sword below, and strike against my sword. On guard! Yes! Good, Henry. Now, from this side. Watch where I'm attacking from. If I hold my sword to the left, put yours to the right. When I'm on the right, get ready on the left. The Master Strike only works when you attack from the opposite side. Let's give it a try. Now do it again. That's the way. Oh, you're catching on, Henry. All right, once more, and for real this time. I'll be attacking you from all sides. You have to pay attention and lead your counter-attack from the opposite side.
I understand.
You're getting the hang of it. Again. Good work. Again. That's not it. You have to attack me, too. Right. That's enough for now. Here's a few more tips. Remember, the easiest way to perform a perfect block is when your sword is in the same direction as your opponent's. When they attack from the left, you defend on the left. With a Master Strike, it's the other way around. You lead your strike from the opposite side than your opponent. If your opponent knows how to perform a Master Strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side. Now for the most important part. You can use a Master Strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocked your sword to the left and attacks with a riposte to the right. Until now, your only means of defense would be a perfect block. Now you can surprise them with a Master Strike that they won't be able to block even if they wanted to. Understand?
I think I understand.
Good. That's all I can teach you. It's up to you now to learn how to use the Master Strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks. Why should I use the Master Strike?
If all you do is defend, you're bound to fail sooner or later. That's why it's better to counterattack. Strike the opponent's weapon from the opposite side. You'll block their weapon while hitting them at the same time. That's what the Master Strike is all about. Usually, you'll be aiming at your opponent's weak point. If you don't win the fight then and there, you'll surely at least injure and stun your opponent. If that's the case, don't stop. Keep attacking before your opponent has a chance to recover.
Why should I use a perfect block when I can do a Master Strike?
That depends. Sometimes it's good to exchange a few blocks and counterattacks, then unexpectedly finish with a Master Strike. Your opponent can't use a Master Strike if you don't attack from the opposite side. Try changing the position of your blade. Attack unpredictably. If your opponent uses a perfect block and his riposte is headed towards your blade, attack instead of defending, and you might win the fight.
What's better, the Master Strike or combos?
Combos are purely offensive techniques. They're strings of attacks to put your opponent in a position you want. Then you can finish them off with a stronger technique. But even your combo can be interrupted by an opponent's Master Strike. When your combo doesn't work out, your opponent interrupts it with a block and attacks, it doesn't mean the fight's over. Just use a perfect block. Or you can even use a Master Strike.
That's enough for me.